Just wait a couple minutes for our audience to come in. What time is it there, Marie?
It's 2 o'clock. I'm in France, so I'm
Oh, you're
like,
in France. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I had a feeling that you were in California this
no, I'm not. That would be too early for me.
morning. Well, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, audience, thank you all so very much. Today is a very, very special day because we have one of the most respected spiritual mentors in the world. Her name is Marie Diamond, and today she is focusing on looking at how the effect that colors have on energy and how we can use colors to generate the right energy to impact our day or health, just looking at ways that colors and understanding the vibrancy of the beautiful array of colors that's so popular across Africa can inspire and continue to engage or spiritual or mental or emotional centers, and ensuring that everything is directed in the path that leads to productivity and development. I don't want to waste too much time because I want to give Marie Diamond the floor this afternoon. And I hope that your hearts and minds are open to receive all of it. I assure you it's going to be transformative. I am so excited. Marie Diamond, welcome to Africa Fashion Week London Masterclass.
Thank you so much, Michael. And so wonderful to be with all of you. I know from probably all over the world. We are together and in this amazing time right now in the world. So, my name is Marie Diamond, and I want to share a little bit first about who I am and how I came to talk about the energetic impact of colors. So, of course, I looked for some amazing colors to wear for you today. And colors is a really important part of my teachings. So how did I came to that? So, well, I'm actually born in Belgium in a beautiful city called Bruges. And as a child, I could see energy. And for me, the energy I saw around people could be very colorful or could be very gray. And so the more grays the colors were around people, the more people were feeling depressed or anxious. And the more colorful the colors were in people's aura field, literally, the more people were happy and uplifted and had fun. So as a child, for me, colors was always like immediately connecting in with, oh, this, how people are, how people feel. So I didn't really look at the colors that people were wearing. I was looking at the colors that were around people. And this is a gift that I think many children have. But the gift to me was that I didn't lose that part of my awareness. And so not just around people, but also in houses. Just could see when a house had colorful vibrations, and then I was like, "Oh, this is a happy house," or, with a lot of grays and energy, and that were like very blank colors. I was like, "Oh, this is an unhappy house." So that is kind of how I grew up with looking at the world through colors. And there were the chakras, there was the aura field. And I could even see, it was very interesting, I could even see when people on their mind, like around their head, when people were really having depressed thoughts, that literally there was a gray energy around their head. And when they have happy thoughts, they had all these wonderful colors. And so I felt that most people, unfortunately, where I lived, had a lot of gray colors around them, and that was very, very difficult. And especially as a child, I wanted to wear all the time, vibrant colors because I could see that, and it was very tough as a child to really found clothing that was just vibrant. And thank God for me, I had a sister that became a fashion designer. And so I indicated to her when I was already 5, she was much older than me, what colors I wanted to wear. And she would make clothing in exuberant colors for me. And so I was kind of standing out. Even I remember, I'm from a Catholic background, and I'm Catholic Christian, and at the first communion, everybody's wearing white. I wore vibrant reds, so I was like totally always out of what other people were doing. So anyhow, I grew up further, and when I was 15, I had something very special happening. I had what we call an near-death experience. So I was run over by a truck. I was declared dead. They did revive me after a long time, and I went to the other side. And literally on the other side, where I saw the most amazing colors, not just white energy, but just the most amazing colors that still till today I haven't been able to find in physical. And there I got the message that I was here to enlighten more than 500 million people. I did not know how that was going to happen. So I just continued my studies and went to college and, started studying about feng shui, about meditation, law of attraction. But the more I was doing that, the more I could see that the colors, the vibrational energy of light, right? So we see, most of us see the light when it's reflected, when it's like yesterday, for example, it was raining and the sun was shining at the same time. So there's an amazing rainbow of colors, right? But I saw that there were much more colors coming in, and I call that the quantum wheel of colors. And I started using that colors to meditate, to bring into my home, to wear. And I started people reacting to that. I want to share with you a little bit about this energetic impact, because I do believe that the colors in fashion can actually improve who you are, improve your radiance, but also can help attract your life in a better way. So I actually started studying very intensely feng shui and meditation, and I brought forward something called inner diamond meditation and diamond feng shui, where I actually work with colors to attract a better life. So in my students and my membership, they all know that colors are everything, and I always suggest people to wear more colors. People are too much bland, right? So they're just one color, or they're just not expressing who they are, the energetic impact of colors, and especially also in, what we wear every day. So one of the things I always say to people, get some color in your life, so you want your life to change, you want your life to be better, but you are just wearing same bland colors. So that doesn't work. And that's one of the things I love about African fashion. And I have my own personal designer. She's from African background. And so I love what she makes for me, because it is exactly the colors and the energy that I always want to have. So that's why I felt so wonderful to be with you today. So let's go right away into getting more information about the energetic impact. So there are a few colors that I would call basic colors, right? This is based also on feng shui. So we see that we do have the yin yang symbol, the white and the black are, so yang is white and yin is, white is yang and black is yin. So it means that these are the two colors that are standing for male and female energy. They are basic energy. So all the other colors can be added towards that. So I would suggest to people, if you have some design, make sure there's always some white or some black in it, because there are some basic colors. So like even what I'm wearing, there is a little bit of white and a little bit of black in it, right? So there's some basic colors in it. But then you can start playing with every color that is out there in the world. Now, I found out through meditation, through studying feng shui, that there are actually 24 what I call quantum colors. And quantum colors means that everybody in the world can wear them. But if you wear them, you will attract something in the quantum field. You will attract more success, more abundance, more health, more relationships, better relationships, and also more inspiration. So there are 24 colors that exactly help you to attract the energy. So my students know when they go somewhere, they will wear certain colors, but also based on your personal birthday, there are some colors that work stronger for you than other colors. So that is how you can then use the colors that work stronger for you in your fashion design, and then making sure that when people see you, they're like, oh, wow, I feel so inspired by you, right? Or they will always comment on the colors that you wear. So you can get more information about your personal birthday literally on the website marydiamond.com, and it says get your free energy report. When you put in there your gender and your birthday, you will actually get an energy report that will tell you what is your energy number and what are your best directions, and also some information about colors. But you can also go to a free app. It's called the Mary Diamond app, and literally on this app, you can also put in your birthday and your directions, right? And so as you are putting that in there, you will get a little compass, yeah? And you will see that literally there is a circle of colors all around this, right? So you will see that, for example, I just put it in for somebody, their success direction is northeast. So you will see the colors here are literally like yellows and like a magenta. These are the strongest colors for them to wear for success. So if they want to be successful in and go into a meeting or presentations, not that they have to wear everything in yellows or kinds of yellows, but just adding something in that field would be very strong. For example, if they want more inspiration and they are more like speaking and publicly sharing their wisdom, they will go in for this number 2, because there are 9 numbers. They will work with the Southwest, that's the yellow for wisdom, but it's actually the colors here are pinks, all kinds of pinks, yeah? So in that case, they would wear something in pink. So based on that, you can look at your birthday and see what are the quantum colors that work the strongest for you. And so this is one of the things that we share with people. So let us kind of explain why and how is that working. So color is vibration. Color is an expression of light. It's an expression of your being, right? So when people do not express themselves with colors, they are not confident in who they are. They don't feel like ready to express who they are. And that's what I love about African fashion. You love to express yourself in who you are. You know, color and fashion is part of your expression style. Well, sometimes in the Western world is kind of where we go away from, and we're like, oh, let's not express ourselves, right? So they're going into blank colors. So it would be beiges, browns, grays. So the less color is like they want to blend in, but they don't stand out. That's what I love about African fashion, is like you stand out your energy. And so if you know that every color stands for a different aspect of light. And so I don't work with what I call the rainbow. I work with the diamond, and the diamond of 24 facets. My name is Marie Diamond, so that's why I use that. And there are 6 colors that are really always helping everyone about success. And so the strongest one for success is actually when you want to really show you're a powerful human being in any meeting, that is actually the color royal blue. Yeah. And you will see that many times when people need to show their strength, their power, they will wear that color royal blue. It stands for the royal energy. So, wearing a dress like this, or even a tie in that color, or something in your outfit, will always subconsciously, because this works for everyone, so not just you wearing it, but other people seeing it, they will say like, wow, powerful woman, powerful man. Subconsciously, they will react to that. Wonderful, right? Now, it's also color of protection. So when you feel like you have to go out and be like, really, there's like a lot of negativity in that area or in that meeting, make sure you wear also royal blue. It makes you feel more strong, and especially when you're very sensitive of nature. So another color of success is gold, of course. And gold stands for abundance, right? And, if it's something gold woven, or wearing something in gold, or even if you don't have it in your outfit, you can wear something as jewelry that is gold, because gold always attracts more abundance. Yeah. And so when you are in a financial meeting, when you need to work with investors, make sure always wear something in gold, even if that's like a little gold bag or something. Now, some people are saying, well, I cannot be too flashy, right? No, it's not about being flashy. It's about expressing what you really desire. These colors help you to express what you truly desire to the universe. So it's one of my favorite colors, abundance. So I wear a lot of gold. Can be golden shoes, could be a golden purse, a golden wallet, it could be a golden shawl, something in gold. But you can, of course, you don't have to be suddenly all in gold. Like, that's not the thing. It's like, add this to your fashion vibration. Yeah. Another color for success is orange. Yeah, especially if you want to celebrate something, right? So orange always stands for, showing the joy that you have, showing how much great gratitude you have. So it's a color for celebrating the success you have, the wealth that you have. It's celebrating life that you have. So orange is an amazing color, especially also when you want to go out for any party. Adding something orange to your outfit will just definitely give that vibrational field, not just for yourself. Immediately when you wear these colors, you will see that your energy shifts, right? That's the first thing, right? But the second thing is that the people around you will shift too. So this is the energetic impact of fashion, is that not just that you are feeling better, but you become like a light energy, a light show, right? Through colors. And so many times when I wear this color, I remember I went to a party, and there was in San Francisco, and they were all, it was kind of an artistic party. And so a lot of artists, and they were wearing mostly black at the time in that community. And so I was like, I knew that they were telling me you have to have a black dress on. And I'm like, yeah, it's a celebration, right? So I had this orange outfit, like a vest and a skirt. And so I was wearing this white orange, a little bit yellowish orange, and in a mass of all black designer costumes and beautiful black dresses, gorgeous. But who stood out? Of course, me. So who everybody wanted to talk to was me. And literally, everybody was kind of talking, and I was like, what a boring party is this, right? So I asked them to put music on, and before we knew it, everybody was dancing, because I brought some celebration, and there was so much to celebrate that night, but nobody went in that mood. And some said, well, yeah, you were the orange flower we needed, right? So everybody felt a difference. So the energetic impact of the color that you wear, and especially these quantum colors, will create an impact in your family, in your community, in your business. So So these are like three of the colors that I really want to share with you on success and abundance. So I'm sure some of you are like, oh, what about relationships and romance? What can I do on that level, right? Well, the first one, of course, is red, but a special red. It's called cherry red. And cherry red is, I think about when you eat cherries, it's kind of a red, but it's almost a bit brown in it, right? But it's still red. Well, that is the color of passion, right? So, and it's not about a passion, just physical passion. It's about passion of life. So if you want to come forward and you want to really tell people, what their life can be changed, or you want to, make sure the energy is quite low and you want to, bring some fire in, that cherry red passion will be very, very important. And even also when you want to go out with your partner, you want to create a bit more passion that evening, wear cherry red. Could be a cherry red dress, could be a cherry red tie or a shawl, or even in your jewelry, you can play with that. So then, of course, the color of love. The color of love is actually not considered red. It's actually considered pink. So just thinking about kind of a beautiful pink, right? Like a rose color, like the roses, right? So that is when you really want to create some statement about unconditional love, loving somebody. And you want to spread that love, especially when I need to go into, for example, companies where I work a lot in corporate mentoring and consulting and corporate branding. And I come in and I know from the culture that they have, it's quite a cold culture, right? Quite divisive, and there's not a lot of teamwork. I always will wear the rose. Yeah. So you can already see I have colors in my fashion design, right? So I always will wear the rose. And even if I need to be on the top of my game, I will wear rose. Why? Because based on my birthday, it's actually my best color, right? So if I look at my chart, for me, it's Southwest is my success direction. So all the pinks do very well for me. So when I need to make a big statement or even speak for a big audience, I will always wear my rose, because for me personally, based on my birthday, it's my best color ever. And I always get amazing compliments. But also when I come in, I feel like people feel the love. Not just the love that I feel, but I radiate that love, because your colors can radiate energy. That's what fashion can do. It's not just something physical. It is actually a sharing of energy, what fashion can do, right? So think about fashion a little bit different, right? So, so rose, definitely, if you want to bring in more love, and when you feel that environment where you're going into, could feel a little bit more loving. So you can radiate that out then. And then, of course, you can also go for a color for teamwork, a color for collaboration. If you want people to work better, right, then you can actually use like a stronger pink. It's kind of called fuchsia, right? A fuchsia color, a hot pink color. And when you wear that color, and it can be in details, it can be part of your outfit, people will always want to collaborate easier with you. So especially when you do networking, for example, or you go into networking events, wearing something with fuchsia will always make you stand out, and people feel both the love, but also feel like the attraction to come and work with you. Yeah, so very powerful color for business networking. Also, when you are leading a team, like when I'm working with my team and I feel like my team is not in the perfect place, and I always will work with the color fuchsia in my color. So my fashion, and that's what you can do also, is your fashion can make an energetic statement. Yeah. So my people know that. So they're like, oh, Marie is wearing fuchsia. She wants us to collaborate better. They already know the message. That's the wonderful thing about it. So about health, what are some energetic impact colors for health? Well, one of them is to let go of things that are too difficult for you, if you want to let go of the past, if you feel like you want to start new on your journey for your health and well-being, also if you want to let go of some weight, interesting enough, right? Or if you feel like I want to especially if you have meeting with people where the past has been quite intense and you feel like you need to redesign a little bit this relationship towards a better relationship, then you can work with like purples or lilac. Yeah, purple is more when it's really tough, when it's very hard to let go of something and there's a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, a lot of stress from the past, and I would go with a violet, like a purple. If you feel like, well, it's more like, well, we had some stress in the past, but it's not so intense. We just have to clear a little bit the path. I have to clear the path a little bit for me, especially when you want to let go of some weight. You can work with lilac, so like a lighter color of the violet. Of course, a color for healing is also green, right? So a beautiful emerald green energy can be a very good color for healing. Um, when I'm like not in the best place with my health, I will always go to wear something in emerald green. So because I'm then activating not just my body, but I'm activating my subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind knows these colors because they're quantum colors. They work for everyone. Yeah. Also, the emerald green gives us back the connection with nature, with uh, flowers and plants and the forest. So when we wear something in green, we're kind of activating the energy. We're also activating our heart frequency because our heart chakra has also that color, but also it gives you us more good feelings and good energy. So when people are sick, I always suggest for them to wear something in that color, or like a shawl around them, or even a cover in that color on their bed. Actually, you can go that far, and it's amazing how people feel more open to healing and to well-being. So let us then go to six colors about your inspiration, your wisdom. Yeah. When I talk about that, it's more about how you feel motivated, how you feel inspired. And so when you feel like you need more connection with what is living within you, when you feel like you need more intuition, yeah, you need to feel like more like understanding of what, who you are, like literally going within yourself, then the color yellow, especially saffron yellow, is a wonderful color to wear because it gives you a lot of compassion, especially when you feel you need to go inside of yourself, but you have a lot of judgments towards yourself, or you have a lot of judgments towards others. You can wear saffron yellow, a warm yellow that just totally makes things peaceful and calm, right? So especially when you have to be in a meeting where there's a lot of judgments towards you and people are just quite critical towards you, wear saffron yellow. They will be like calmer and more peaceful, and you will be feeling much more aligned with what you have to share in that meeting. Then a wonderful color for wisdom is aqua blue. And aqua blue is a color for clarity. So especially when people feel like, when you feel that, towards the future, you have a hard time to know which direction you want to go, or you're in a meeting with people and you feel like they're kind of chaotic, they don't have a direction, wearing that color aqua blue will give you more direction, like you get more clarity about the future, but also the people around you will get more clarity, right? So I remember a few years ago, my son was not very clear about the directions he wanted to go. Now, him wearing aqua blue was not something I'm sure he wanted to do. He's a musician, so it's not a typical color for him. Um, but I was wearing a lot of aqua blue, right? I just would like every 2 days make sure I had like an aqua shawl, or I would wear an aqua dress. And he would comment on it like, oh, mom, you look so beautiful in that color. I've never seen you with that color so much. And after a few days, he started having conversations with me and said, oh, you know, I need some more clarity. And I didn't tell him why I was wearing it. But I have seen when you wear these colors, very interesting enough that people will start talking about the symbolic energy of that color that you wear. So they will use the word passion or the word forgiveness or the word release or the word power. It's like they are feeling that energy all around you, right? And how it touches their heart and touches their vibration. So my son literally got clarity, and he then, you know, I stopped wearing aqua blue for a while, and he was like, "Oh, you never wear aqua blue, Marie," you know. And I said, "Well, you know, sweetheart, I don't think you need it anymore." So he said, "Oh, you did that on purpose?" I said, yes, I did. Yeah. So that is how you can play with the energetic impact of your fashion, right? So another wonderful color, of course, is called the diamond, right? So everything's sparkling, and it can be a mix of colors, right? Because we sometimes wear a lot of different colors, but if you make it more shiny, more glamorous, that's the diamond. That means that you have more faith in yourself, more faith in others. So you can also work with that. Now, if you want to know more about these colors, I have a book out called Transform Your Life. You can get it on Kindle, and there's also on my website, mariedam.com. You can get it as an ebook, as a soft cover. And there I talk about the 24 colors, and not just, you know, what they mean, but also how you can play with them even in your environment. Yeah, because for me, you know, as a feng shui master, I use these colors also in my environment. But today I wanted to focus very much on these colors for you. So that being said, these are just 12 colors I mentioned. There's so much more, but we need to look at our time here. I would definitely suggest that you are looking at all the information that you have um, in your own closet right now, right? So it would be interesting to see, um, going through your closet and see, oh, is this kind of all blank, or like beiges, browns, or whites or blacks, like, you know, that's like yin and yang, or like, you know, colors that are not, I don't call them colors, to be honest. They're just, you know, blank energy, or grays, you know. So look at your closet and see, like, what are the colors I do have? Perhaps, oh, Marie said I need some more passion. Great. Or I can go to the app and see, based on my energy number, where are my success, my health, my relationship, and my wisdom. Because you will see that based on your energy number, you will get a success energy. So you can see your success colors. You can see at your wisdom, your health, and your relationship. So you see the colors are on the outside circle. So the colors that, the areas that are blank here, yeah, means that these colors are not your strongest colors. Yeah, that doesn't mean you cannot wear these colors. Like, I will rarely wear reds myself, right? Because you see, you know, also for me, it's not one of my strong colors. There's nothing here, right? So, but, you know, once in a while, I will wear red because, hey, I want some passion, right? And I'll wear some orange, but I wouldn't wear it all the time. Yeah. So depending on, you know, what I want, I look at my colors, but definitely bring some colors into your fashion statements, right? I have people that have started buying just shawls, right, to work with that, or even exchange sometimes between friends, like, oh, I need more of this. Can we have the same size? I need to let go of this clothes. You know, sometimes before we let go to goodwill of the clothes we don't need anymore, perhaps we can share some clothes and some accessories with friends. And then when you make new clothing, or when you are going shopping again, then you start looking for some colors that you need at this moment. So I think that will be definitely a great way to start. for you to look at the energetic impact and just become already aware of it. You know, when you, for example, wear all the time grays or all the time browns, how do you really feel? You know, you feel kind of grayish, you feel kind of brownish, you're not making a statement. Start connecting with the colors and become aware of it. If you're wearing reds, how are people reacting? If people are, you know, energized when they see you, right? Or if people are like kind of ignoring you, could be that the color is not working for you, right? Could be that you're wearing a lot of greens and that people are like, oh, it works perfectly on you, right? So my daughter and me were totally different numbers. So she's a number 9 and I'm number 5 in my system. And I know, you know, I would go shopping with her and I would bring out a pink dress and she's like, Mom, how does it work for me, right? Because pink is not one of her best colors. That doesn't mean she will not wear something with some pink in it, but like a whole pink dress, that doesn't, her energy goes down. Literally, she doesn't lift up, right? But when I then give her greens, she is amazing in green, right? Or she's amazing in red. And it has nothing to do with the design of your hair or the color tone of your skin. It's to do with your soul vibration. Because this energy number comes in and is based on your birthdays when your soul, your spirit comes into this physical body. It creates a DNA chart of colors that work well for you, right? So if you, this is a good thing with my daughter. I mean, we have different sizes also, but you know, she cannot grab my clothes because they're different colors and she doesn't like my colors at all. Just the shoes, she will take that one on. I have the same size, but it's really interesting. And I've seen when people start listening to the colors that they have and the colors that they're wearing, they start seeing there is a language behind the colors. It's a language of energy, a language of feeling good and seeing different by others when you wear a certain color. So I want you to start exploring this and check out more about this on my website or on the app. So I would love to see if there's any questions or some conversations we want to have here. That would be lovely.
Marie, oh my, Marie, there's so many questions I have for you. And I'm sure the audience has a lot of questions also. In light of all the stuff that's been happening, I think we need to be wearing a lot more pinks and green and yellow, saffron yellow for what's been going on the last 2 weeks. And I mean, a lot more compassion and love and healing. And wouldn't you say?
Correct. Yeah. And that's something that I would encourage people to do, right? Is like we are sometimes not aware enough, like I said, what these colors really mean, what they mean to everybody, that they are energy vibrations, right? And of course, I can go deeper into form and formats and wearing flowers or wearing squares. It all has a meaning. But the whole point is that you're right. In these times, we need more love, right? We need more compassion for sure.
Yes. We have one of your audience, loyal audience participants here said that, how do you make decision when it comes to the energetic aspect in your design?
Well, there are several things to do, right? So you can, first of all, meditate about this. You know, just sit with your inner self. You know, connect with what you feel comes up. Um, Too many times we see fashion as something too physical, like literally, like how does it look? Is it in the normal trends? But we don't see it like this is like the next layer of our energy, right? So if we could start thinking that way, right, that this is an energy vibration and that it helps to express the soul of someone, right? This is like, for me, fashion is like an expression of my spirit, right? So if we can work more towards that, that would be just really amazing. So you can meditate on this. Some of my clients that are fashion designers, they actually will ask somebody, what's your energy number, what's your birthday, and then based on that they would look at some numbers that would fit more for that soul vibration. Like my fashion designer, she knows my colors, right? So she will just like, she knows kind of the form that I like, and that is an expression of who I am. And I'm quite a bubbling person, so I love everything that is glamorous and glitter. I'm a kind of that energy and shimmering. So she will always make sure there's something shimmering to the vibration of the clothes, of the fabrics. So yeah, it's like you need to really connect in with the frequency. So it's a vibration, right? So I think if everybody would wear more soul inspired fashion, I think the world would be a better place.
I love that phrase, soul inspired fashion. I certainly think that is, I agree with you, Marie, that I think if people take more heed to that, and listen to that soulful connection, that I think it will resonate much more in terms of harmony and peace and justice. And, I think and at the end of the day, I think why we're getting the global response that we're getting right now in dealing with all the problems that we're having is because of that soulful connection, that human connection. Would you say?
Totally, totally, it is. And I just, as we were speaking, I was thinking about Michelle Obama, right? So Michelle Obama, one of her supporters to help her with her style, was aware of my system, and so each time it was so beautiful how she would wear colors that were just perfect for the occasion, right? So I'm not sure she was aware of that herself, but I know one of her stylists was aware of the color combinations and what they mean. And so I was like, oh, she's always so dressed with as an expression, seeing your design, seeing your colors as an expression of the energy you want to bring forward.
Hmm. Someone asked, what would you suggest would be some of the top tips on how designers and creatives can get to start using colors that would attract business and growth?
Mm. So, well, I would, of course, then bring them into not just the fashion itself, but setting up their place where they create, where they are creating the fashion, where they're creating the energy that they're bringing forward. So that is more connect with feng shui that I just really want to share with you because that is also so important. And so the first thing I always say to designers and creatives is always make sure that you understand that the creative flow of energy comes always through the door. So always sit yourself in such a position that you can see the door, where you can see people coming in, because that is where you are walking in. We as human beings are creative flow, creative energy. So never sit with your back to the door, because when you do that, you're actually stopping the creative flow. You're also stopping the strength. You're stopping good reputation. You stop people seeing what you're making, because we are not creative towards the back of our body. We're creative in front of us, right?
Mm.
Literally, we are making something with our hands. So, or, in whatever way, it's always in front of us. So you always need to make sure that you're not looking at the wall, because then your creativity will hit the wall literally. So always make sure that people, as they come in, they can see, even if they're never coming physically into your place, make sure that creativity is visible, right? So that's one of the things I always suggest. And then, of course, one of the things, if people then have they have creators and they have a shop or a public place where they have public coming in, make sure that literally your your beautiful designs are central points. Yeah, so don't put the most strong colors like in corners far away. Just put them towards the center. Always make sure there's a centerpiece, and that from the outside of the space where people walk in, that there is a central focal point of your most beautiful design. And so do that too. So don't hide this. And the same with in your own creative space, don't hide your creativity. I've seen so many people hiding things in boxes or in, kind of in a corner. Make sure you put your strongest designs and the expression of your design, if that's a portfolio of your design, if it is pictures of your designs, put them in your success direction. So that's why you want to get your free energy report, because you want to find out where is your success direction. Together with the app, you will find that out and make sure you put in your success direction everything you're creating. So like I'm facing actually my success direction, and I see there all what I design. Now, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm a designer of programs. I'm a designer of books. I'm a designer of events and seminars. So I see them all hanging out there, right? So I see my books and my courses there. So for you in the fashion designers, make sure you design your space so that it's aligned and that your best colors are also around you.
Beautiful. You say some really important things there also that I think oftentimes, people are concerned with dressing for success, and but you said something that's so important just now, Marie, where that involves how important it is to ensure that your workspace, your home space also have the vibrancy of those colors that you're and be able to be motivated at home, at work, and not having to look necessarily from wait till you get outside or wait till you get to the business meeting to have the colors on. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. So, my office is very colorful, right? So I love that because this is the first marketing place. Yeah. Because, my students never come to my house. I'm online, right? Or I go speaking to people. So not one student has ever come into my office, but it doesn't mean that my office is not a reflection of my creativity. Yeah. So, and that being said, Michael, you have a plant behind you with very sharp edges.
Yeah.
This is really not a good feng shui thing. This is
Oh,
actually affecting your health to have such a plant so close to where you're sitting. So I would suggest to remove that one.
where should I put this one? Thank you for putting that out. I need all the help I can get, Marie. So thank you so much. Where should I put where should the plant be then?
Well, this kind of plant is actually an outside plant. I mean, in the Western world, we're kind of using that plant more inside, but this is like a plant for a terrace. This is because it's such a sharp leaves, it actually creates sharp edges, and it affects your calmness, it affects your emotional stability. So you put it on a terrace, but this is not a plant for inside.
Thank you for that very helpful advice. I appreciate that. We have another question here. Constance says, when I paint my house, I have small paint testers. Are there any color testers, color fabric testers, or tests to test how they will look on clothes?
Ooh, I don't know that, to be honest. I'm not a fashion designer, but yes, we do have Pantone colors. So all these colors that I talk about, we have Pantone color codes for that. And if you want to know what the Pantone colors are, please go to my contact through my website. We'll gladly share you our Pantone combinations that we say is peach, what is pash, what is cherry red, what is royal blue, what are the exact. And then from there, I think you need to look yourself where to find the rest.
You mentioned earlier about that the colors is not so much about the tone of your skin, but the color of the soul, that energy, right? So, because that's one of the things that oftentimes, we were taught very early, I suppose, even yourself, that that one should be aware of the color and their skin tone, that it complements their skin tone, and vice versa. Is that very important?
Well, I'm not a fashion designer, right? So I'm a spiritual mentor and spiritual teacher. So for me, it is more about making sure that people, their energy is lightened up, right? So they feel a higher vibration. So I'm probably sometimes going against what normal fashion design will say, right? Because for me, it's like I want people's aura field to be lifted up, and I want people's hearts to be more open, and their energy being, so much more generous. So for me, colors are helping people to enlighten their lives, not about how it's perfect for fashion.
Yes, and what about using colors to relieve mental blocks? So you're a designer or a writer, any sort of involved in the creative industry, and you have these mental blocks. How do you use? Do you often have clients who said, "I'm having a mental block. What color should I use? How can I get out of this? Help me."
Well, when it's an emotional block, I will work with the violet or the lilac, yeah, because that will help them, especially when they are letting go of a traumatic experience or a difficult relationship, and they have to move on to really letting go of that emotional chaos that uh, that they were in. I would go for these colors. If it's more like a mental block of like you don't know which direction you want to go, you can work with aqua blue. You can also work with like an Irish blue. Like I have Irish blue on for focus.
Mhm.
Like I have a lot of things to do today. So I have a lot of interviews. You're not the first one and you're not the last one today. And so I have to finish a lot of things. And so I will wear then something in Irish blue so that I will not get into a mental block like tiredness. So I will use that color then.
Marie, I want to ask also, in terms of, oftentimes a lot of African and African inspired designers, in order to compete on a global scale, will tend to be, they try to, while there is no set way of what fashion design should look like, because we're constantly, reinventing what African fashion is and changing perception. How important it is for African and African inspired designers who use a lot of colors to continue to use colors.
Well, I think the African fashion designers should really follow their own creativity, right? And I know there's this Western way of creation, right? Um, and I do feel the too much the Western way is too much left-brained, right? And so it's like it has to be a certain way, a certain format, and after a few times, this color will come back, and then this design will come back. It's kind of analytic, more analytic, I think, in design than the African fashion
Mm.
designers, where they totally work with their right brain, their creativity, and they should keep it this way, to be honest, because that is what the world needs more of it, right? And so I think ultimately the African fashion designers will find more and more their place, because right now people are moving more from the left brain to the right brain anyhow, and ultimately will find a place in the middle, right? But when I look at the energy flow, right, there's an energy flow in feng shui about continents. And it's really interesting is that the next 9 years, from 2021 to 2030, there's a huge creative force coming from the south, from the African continent into the north, into the Western world. So I would just say we need exactly that creativity from the African fashion designers. And it's something that, colors and forms and formats and we need this more than ever. So I just don't don't become too Western, stay who you are.
And audience, I mean, if you need any further, confirmation and reassurance, Marie Diamond just said it. She is world renowned, highly respected, spiritual mentor, self-help, motivator, speaker, writer. I mean, you change people's lives from across different industries. And I think oftentimes a lot of the African designers and African inspired designers need this sort of holistic sort of perspective in letting them see that now is a pivotal time for African designers, particularly those on the continent, to really be pushing forward, not giving up. Because as you said, the world needs all those colors, all those perspectives, all that right brain thinking in order to find that sort of middle ground.
Totally. I totally, really, I would encourage people to do that. And so, it's just like sometimes it's hard to break through, because you're thinking, I have to accommodate myself. Like when I came into America, and when Americans told me, like, Marie, as a spiritual teacher, as a motivational speaker, you have to be like us. And I'm like, I can't, I'm from Europe. I have to keep that European energy also, because that is who I am. And so I always say to people, just, there is no mistake where you are born. There is no mistake what generations of ancestors have given you as information, as knowledge, as colors, as creativity. Don't push that away. Bring it forward, blend it in such a way that you always, but always respect your roots.
Very true, very true. So the world is looking to Africa for healing. The world is looking to Africa for clarity, compassion, and motivation, and inspiration. So when we talk about the sustainability of fashion and the future of fashion, it's Africa. That's where it's really at. Yeah.
Totally. I totally agree with you on this.
Oh, another question, Marie. Someone asked, is black and white considered a color?
Yes, it's considered a color, but there are grounding colors. Yeah. So they are part of the yin yang combination. So it's really interesting because, when you look at the yin yang, when you have the black side, there is a white dot in it. When you have the white side, there's a black dot in it. So I always say to people, if it's all black or all white, they're missing something. So even if you do white and black, or just black, add always something in white. And if it's white, add something of black in it. Even in your environment, when people do all black or all whites, there's a disharmony. We need to work together, right? But there are foundational colors, and then you can add on top of it, colors that are part of what if you call the rainbow or the quantum field. So you can play on that. Yeah. So you're wearing something, I think it's black, correct? What you're
Yes, it
wearing,
is black.
Michael,
It is
right?
black.
So, but could be that you're wearing then pants that are a different color, for example,
Yeah.
right? Could be
Yeah.
that you do like white pants, or or you can do something in reds, right? Now, if some people want to also the balance between white and black, the middle between is red. So you could also do white, red, and black. That also creates a middle ground, yeah? But all white or all black is something, that's what we need to learn to work together and to be in harmony with each other. What we have seen in the last weeks, that this is more than ever necessary.
Very nice. And I like what you said, that the in-between color is red.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to that red color, that we all come back from the red, the red. That's so very, very, very true. There's another question about, you mentioned about numbers. Where's that question? I just saw this. The questions are going so quickly. Yes, Marie mentioned energy numbers before. Would you advise creators to find out exactly what number, to find out more about the numbers and what the meaning of the numbers, and how it applies to their lives and their creative process?
Yes, for sure. You will see that you can go, like I said, to the website, marydiamond.com, to get your free energy report. You can also go to the Mary Diamond app, where you also can put in your information and you will get your number. And you will get a compass and 4 directions that are strong for you. And based on that, there's a whole energy system interwoven with colors to wear, colors to have in your environment. There's a whole way to set up your environment, like your office and your bedroom. so it works on all different levels, and even colors to connect with in yourself. There's, because every color is connected with a principle, is connected with an expression of the soul, and so you can play with that. It's an amazing system of law of attraction, because if you know which colors you attract better health and relationship and wisdom and success with, then you will know which ones to avoid. Then you will see that you are bringing forward more good luck to you and to your family. And even when, you know, a child is born, for example, and you know their colors, or you have a partner and you know their colors, then you can play with that and be creative with that, and also to understand how you are creative. For example, I'm a number 5, and so my creativity goes with people. Yeah. So if I'm by myself, I'm not very creative, right? But if I'm talking to someone, if I'm speaking to someone, if I'm working in a team, I'm always super creative. Now, there are people like the number 2s, for example, they just have to be the opposite. They just have to be with themselves. They're the monks. So they want to stay with themselves. They need to have silence. Otherwise, they cannot be creative. So every number will give a different outcome of who you are and how to design your success.
Wow, amazing. This so Marie, we really could keep you here all day. You know that. And I hope we can. I hope you can come back again, because we'll need you again. Please, is that okay? Can we get a confirmation that you'll come back and join us again?
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Please. And you know, you mentioned again how the soulful connection with colors, and oftentimes, you know, people of African heritage are always saying that, they always describe us as saying, "Oh my God, you dance and do things with so much soul." And as you write, you know, you're clearly pointing out here, the reason for that is the colors that we always associate with bright colors and a variety of colors. And as you said, you know, everybody has that soulful connection, also have that, you know, that's souls that are full of colors. And so because we, as people of African heritage and of people of African designer and African inspired designers who are aware of connecting with all those colors, the soulful connection, we should definitely be using a lot more colors and spreading those colors.
I totally agree. And I think it's also something that the Western worlds or the Northern worlds have sometimes lost, is their connection with their soul, right? And so I think the African people have much closer connection still with their soul, right? It's like that's kind of who they are. And that's the gift that Africa has for the world.
Thank you so much, Marie. You know, here at Africa Fashion Week London, you know, we try to ensure that we encourage young and emerging designers who are still very much connected with the roots to stay connected with their roots, and give them the international exposure and platform and support that they can continue to flourish and do just that. And now is more important than ever. We also, right now, audience and everyone who's tuned in, we also have an amazing course that we designed with Parsons School of Design and Technology Program and Henry Business School, whereby it's a 6 days course, online course, and it really talks about the future of fashion and incorporating some of these elements that Marie is talking about, as far as connecting with your soul and understanding how important it is to design with success, but design with purpose. Also designing with purpose. So that's so important. Marie, I want to just close out and just say a huge thank you on behalf of Princess Ronke Adamu and the entire team here at Africa Fashion Week London and everyone that's tuned in. I want to give you a moment to say some last words before we close off. And again, huge thanks for being here.
Well, I want you to say, first of all, great gratitude for having me part of this wonderful masterclass. But also, I want to tell to you all, stay believing in yourself. You know, even sometimes when you feel you're hitting a wall, it's because you need to go up to another level of yourself. And I believe that all of you can do that. So good luck on your journey.
Thank you. And we're back at 4 p.m. today, guys. Viola is going to be here talking about resilience during this time of COVID-19, resilience in life general, resilience in overcoming unwarranted, unsubstantiated divisions right now that is completely fake, and we just have to just focus on building that soulful connection together. So that's at 4 p.m. We're going to be dealing with the topic of resilience. Once again, Marie Diamond, thank you so very much. Can you say
Bye-bye.
us again, what is the name of your website again, Marie?
It's mariediamond.com.
Okay, mariediamond.com, everyone. Thank you all so very much. Marie, see you very
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye, everyone.